All right, so I'm excited to talk about the potential of mobile apps in today's market. And I want to start a series on mobile technologies and how they have transformative potential to help support your business, to help create income, and how to create a stream of functionality that's not just going to support your business, but also your future growth, and how to simplify your life in both business and personal processes throughout your career going forward. So there's a lot of different things that mobile apps can do for you nowadays, and a lot of ability and creative and multipliers that you're going to get from having access to these. So today's focus is going to be on reshaping the impact of mobile app industries and opportunities for businesses and for app developers. So there, to trace back to some of the great utility apps throughout history, here's a few that we have that we all recognize. Maps and navigation. When we go back, Google Maps debuted in 2005, while Apple Maps was introduced only in 2012. And due to Google Maps' early adaptation and support, a lot of people still use Google Maps today, and Apple Maps hasn't really overtaken the market. Perhaps there's still opportunity in this field if you have a creative solution that tops both Google and Apple in some way. It doesn't have to top them in every way, but maybe it's privacy, maybe it's access, maybe it's customizability. Who knows? There's a lot of mapping apps out there that are truly amazing. Weather apps. Everything from the Weather Channel, which was released in 2008, to crew weather apps followed much sooner, soon after that. Wow. And calendar and reminder apps are big categories inside Apple and Google's infrastructure. Now, there are restrictions in alarm type apps. So there's a lot of potential out there to customize the experience that people have and to have meaningful engagements with people as far as notifications, with reminders and calendars. And these are powerful tools to either create a standalone app or to integrate into your existing apps. Note-taking apps are massively useful and still have a lot of opportunity in the marketplace. Evernote was launched in 2008, and Apple Notes has been a standalone feature in iOS devices ever since its inception. Communication utility apps such as WhatsApp was released back in 2009. Think Skype has evolved well in advance of what made people remember it back in 2003. And although it's a mobile app game designed app, it's gained a lot popularity that came later rather than earlier in its evolution. So evolution into complex platforms is going to continue to grow, and supporting devices with activities and integrating to your life is the key to creating meaningful apps that people could return to time after time over the long haul. And you want to create a philosophy of providing value and creating that niche which is going to keep you useful and simplify the people's life. And sometimes that really just means having very simple functionality. Sometimes it means a complex platform. All right. So the current state of the app markets is amazing. While 2023, things exceeded 200 income. Oh my goodness. Mobile app valuations have in far exceeded $200 billion globally. Overall growth for the global app market grows around 15% annually, with expectations to exceed 300 billion by 2024. Emerging markets drive significant growth due to rising smartphone adoption and accessibility to solar power, to devices that are mass produced and cheaper to create and easier to distribute than ever before. And with the ability to create revenue sources from multiple streams. In app purchases contribute 50% of revenue. Subscription based models are seeing 2.5 times more revenue than purchase based models. Freemium apps gain traction and capture substantial revenue share by offering a free component that guides people into higher usability and paid subscriptions or one-time purchases. Now, the industry is distributed evenly, no, not evenly, but distributed between gaming apps that lead in the revenue, surpassing those of console and PC games. Entertainment apps, especially for video streaming, show substantial growth. Productivity apps are surging during pandemic times, highlighting the need and importance of remote work and tools to help support those. And there's regional growth trends specific for North America, which accounts for 40% of global app spending. Asian Pacific is seeing the fastest growth, driven by China and India, massive populations. And Latin America and South Africa are showing promising potential with increasing smartphone penetration. Future outlook for global markets for technology adaptation like AI, augmented reality, virtual reality, and 5G technologies fueling the adaptation and access of internet have recently spurred amazing adaptation and access to resources never seen before. AR enabled shopping and AI driven personalization is going to reshape the way we look at mobile apps and what we can do with the devices in our hands. Emerging markets are going to be offering lucrative opportunities for expansion and for new user acquisitions. And I would even say that expanding markets are going to largely benefit startups as they hone in and are able to quickly adapt to those lucrative emerging markets and take advantage of those perhaps faster than many established companies are able to or interested in. So increased usage during global events like the pandemic became trends. Keep that in mind if there's another pandemic or during times of unrest, people tend to use their devices to compensate for bad weather, for changes in culture, and to help them cope with uncertainty in the world. There have been massive changes in the way people shop. Shifting from in-store to mobile shopping have become massive trends in the past 4 years, largely massively influencing major markets and leaders like Target, like Walmart. A lot of these industries had missed the curve, and Amazon really, really had a huge chance in taking large market share, and they did. Walmart is trying to make up for that. They're creating drop shipping platforms. They're really stepping up in some meaningful ways. So I keep an eye out on them. And there's also other emerging competitors to Amazon, even though Amazon is quite the giant for quite a few reasons. So engagement with time being spent on apps has increased by 20% uh, post augmented reality integration. So if you're looking to enhance the usage of your app, consider augmented reality integration. There's a lot of technology stepping up and taking place in today's market that is easy to adapt. Conversion rates, once you include AR, increase by 15%. Also, return rates are decreasing by 25% with AR due to better visualization for the technology. You're able to see it better. You're able to put it on your hands or dress on and shoes, right? For us men, a suit, right? You're able to see it better. Returns are going down massively. And you're also able to use these technologies to help ensure fit and to help support the client quicker with AI. So integrate AI as much as possible and AR to help you reduce cost and returns. Satisfaction for customers with AR is increase the average rating from 4.5 stars. Um, and market research has found that mobile apps with user demographics, downloads are increasing by 30%, with new demographics expanding 25%. There's a competitive edge for companies using AR, and there's seems to be a 10% increase in uh, market gain over 6 months with the launch of AR integration. Cost savings, we find that costs are decreasing by 15% due to reduced showroom needs and support and questions. We find that the user feedback submissions, there's going to be a 15% increase in feedback submissions, showing higher customer satisfaction and leading to iterative improvements in both your app and in your product line. So there's more feedback with AR than there is by itself. It shows that it seems like the clients are realizing that there's value to it and communicating, and there's quicker reward cycle for clients to show that it's worth their efforts to do so. Brand loyalty is increasing along with referrals. Referrals tend to raise by 20% rates and as much as 30%. So consider everybody who understands retail understands that referrals are gold. That in itself is a reason enough to use AR. ROI, we have return on revenue, and it's estimated to be around 25% within the first year, primarily driven by increased revenue and reduced operational costs. By we're looking to have an increase in online demand for services. So the rise of instant service apps is largely driving a lot of the mobile app market. We expect a 90% increase in service apps, such as Uber, DoorDash, these other apps that are achieving wide scale adaptation in major markets and globally. And they're also penetrating urban refuse that were largely uh, constrictive to external influences per se. Think in markets that were largely uh, we're looking at a 95% increase in consumer demand for conventional transportation and food delivery solutions that are fueling app growth for delivery products, as people are finding it's easier to get products sent and even returned without ever having to leave their home or the comfort of their work environment or home environments. And with busier lives than ever and busy lifestyles, these apps seem to have nowhere but increased adaptation and convenience for people's lives. The competitive landscape is fairly aggressive. Both markets are highly competitive with numerous players vying for market share. However, Uber and DoorDash are maintaining strong positions through brand recognition and extensive networks. So look, if you're looking to break into these markets, look at what they're doing, and you can piggyback on some of that. We can help you guys understand some strategies to look at who's using these systems and working with them also, because if they're when there's an existing network of usage, if people are finding success or lack of success, look at what people in your community are saying about it and see if there's something you can fix and focus on in there to help grow your business. As with all technology, we are continuously making advancements, such as AI driven route optimization, language optimization, real time tracking, enhancing user experience, access to knowledge based systems, and operational efficiencies continue to drive market success in apps that are providing value in these areas. There's going to be regulatory challenges and hurdles as some companies have done poorly, and there's opportunity to go in there to take a good idea and make sure that you're leading based off of a community in enhancement process and working with communities to bring value. Some companies have been directly working with regulatory agencies. Uber, DoorDash, uh, all these companies are learning to navigate the needs for strategic partnerships inside communities, and we can take a lot of lessons from that. So it can be done, and it's a great thing to consider in advance to make sure that you are going to be providing an app that provides service and value, and that it's going to be adopted in the community. Apps Having quality apps is an amazing way to foster loyalty with your customers through reward programs, discount programs, personalized experience, all leading to more repeat usage and positive word of mouth referrals. A lot of apps are leading to creating massive economic opportunities for drivers, for new labor markets, and for delivery partnerships. Consider how your app can bring value to clients and businesses, and how you can create a platform that brings more value uh, from existing resources, but that was hard to utilize or hard to find, and see how you can systematize that to support the community and to bring value to both businesses and to consumers or business to business. There is value in creating some key partnerships and acquisitions. We're finding that strategic partnerships with restaurants, retailers, and transportation companies, along with acquisitions of complementary businesses, are going to strengthen market positions and diversity of product availability. And it's going to drive service offerings that are new and unique, that are going to contribute to supporting the communities and to bringing new forms of wealth generation. Biggest things that we have to consider is making sure that we provide a seamless user experience with intuitive navigation, reliable service that is going to help contribute to the having exceptional user experiences and reliable user experiences. We want to make sure that our system that we're creating is reliable, repeatable, and easy for us to implement. Engagement through gamification is going to become more and more of a role, even in very subtle manners. There's ways to gamify your user experience and to hook users into loving your app and to getting better results from it, in by helping them train themselves easily on how to use the app and providing reliable user experiences that they can anticipate the rewards and to easily access those. So the use of gamification methodologies are going to help increase revenues even for non-gaming apps. There's even simple things as likes for social networks. There's sharing. There's statistics that show acceptance and encouragement. There's badges. There's token systems. A lot of ways to gamify even a business app that you might think is fairly static and not exciting. You can gamify it and make it much more interesting and an enjoyable experience for the user. Technology allows us to make regular work fun. The education sector, we're going to find that we're able to utilize gamification to make language learning engaging and fun. We can incorporate elements such as leveling up, earning rewards, and competing with friends, and challenging ourselves with quizzes, games, visualizing a gamification of an education system that before might have felt redundant and mundane. We can get instant feedback and creative training. Market analysis, such as so looking at and a market analysis of Duolingo, for example, has captured significant shares of the language learning market with millions of users worldwide. Its gamified approach has led to high user engagement and amazing retention rates, making it one of the most popular language learning apps globally. Along with their pricing models, it's really been a showstopper. Health sectors. Think Think back to Fitbit. It gamifies fitness tracking by setting daily activity goals, rewarding users for achieving milestones, features that give challenges, badges, social sharing, and motivates users to foster a sense of community and to make it fun to share and challenge each other. Uh, Look at providing data driven insights and personalized recommendations to help promote your app or via it be a health app or education app or even just a scheduling app to help you maximize your productivity. Try to be creative and see unorthodox ways to implement gamification to help make your app more enjoyable. Zombie games. I mean, come on, right? Combines the ultimate storytelling adventure with gamification to help motivate your users to experience thorough, immersive, and dynamic gameplay. You can have transformational workouts that are um, engaging real world interactions uh, that make you run, just engage storytelling with real life activity and help the user make mundane workouts into an exciting zombie rescue or whatever your kind of favorite gameplay is. Try to see how you can integrate wild ideas into normally regular or boring activities. Run is a great example of that. Um, there's a lot of opportunities in mobile app development, such as maximizing emerging technologies, innovating technology integration with AI for personalization, with VR for applications in training and education, blockchain for enhanced security features and validation of business processes and flows. Look at uh, untapped niche markets for opportunities and look for new frontiers where you can tap into rapidly growing demand such as mental health, education, language learning, and even productivity. For monetization strategies, consider how uh, in-app games will generate revenue, such as in-app purchases, virtual goods, skins, emotions, um, special images, special fonts, or um, icons or emojis are popular. Battle passes, especially events, one-time interactions, token systems, reward systems, right? A lot of these simple things we mentioned right here have increased over $9 billion in revenue, primarily through in-app purchases since the release just for Fortnite. right? So think how you can do this in your own business and in your app. Subscription models, such as live streaming apps or fitness apps, such as Netflix, where they have monthly subscriptions for TV shows, or they have tiered pricing for families or for different levels of removing commercials or access to certain kind of content such as sports or adult entertainment or specialized interests, and consider how free trials can lead into long-term subscriptions as a hook into engaging users to experience your product and to draw them into longer term relationships with you. Advertising revenue for free to use apps. There's targeted advertisers that help utilize user data and deliver high quality targeted ads based on demographics or interests and online behavior. There's ad formats where various ad designs and um, ratios of screen are able to generate income based off of carousels, videos, or images. There's audience networks where you can extend your showing of your app and to also integrate your audience into different ad networks to help raise money for your app and for your business. And um, look at simple advertising solutions that are targeted to bringing value to a particular audience. The more we niche, the easier that it is to do. And there's kind of two philosophies on this. You can use existing ad networks, or you can create your own ad networks by reaching out directly to providers that you think will have value with your app and negotiate better costs and profits directly with providers and organizers. So there are considerations that you have to take when it comes to all these options of selling data or gamification or even how we can provide value to the clients in the first place. We want to make sure that we are securing the data that we're handling, that we are in compliance with GDPR, with any other kind of platform like Apple App Store or like the Google Play Store. We want to make sure that we are in compliance with their requirements. And we want to make sure that we're able to present visually our product and service in a way when people see it on the App Store, it's naturally explaining what the product is. So if we have complex concepts, we need to, during the design, consider how it's going to be optimized visually for marketing. How do we take the user along the user journey to make it easy and flow without thoughts? By the time where apps are going to have on continuous development, and the more dynamic the environment is, the more often you'll have to change your design or update features to continue to be useful. Um, our approach to staying ahead of the curve is to incorporate the latest technologies for mainstream adaptation and to focus on user-centric design and functionality so that we are providing maximum value to the client, to the users of the app, and we try to plan ahead such that the user journey walks them through the value of the app so that when they start using the app, it's organically natural on how to execute, and there's quick adaptation and hopefully quick integration to their life so they'll continue to use it and support the business and enjoy using your app. Okay. So for we're looking in the future to integrate more technologies into our apps such as AR, VR, and we're looking to take a AI predictive approach to a lot of the problems that we have to help support changes to to the market for many of our apps that make our app designs flexible enough to change with the times quickly and to minimize development costs for the business that has the app. Now, this sometimes has different meanings for every project. And if you have questions on how we could support you in your app and if AR makes sense or if AI makes sense, I would love to have that conversation with you.